Welcome to 2024
Canadian Lawn Bowling Championships here at Milton Lawn Bowling Club in Milton, Ontario. Right now we've got the women's gold medal game
for
singles. For you here, we have Betty Van Wellingham from Manitoba and Heather Hanoski from Saskatchewan. Betty threw the jack and threw the first bowl, and she is playing the black bowls with the yellow stickers, and Heather has white bowls with green stickers. Very matching colors for their
uniforms,
for their provinces. Heather playing the stranger side, we'll call it. I was playing men's fours for Ontario here a couple rounds ago and playing that side at times.
That looks almost perfectly even with the jack there. Perfect weight.
Betty looking to rest the bowl here. Nope, just inside. Heather's holding one. The marker for this game is Patrick May. He's actually, I don't know if he's still district chair for District 9 here in Ontario. This is actually, District 9 is the district that the Milton Lawn Bowling Club is in. So Heather's a little wide there, so Betty trying to either rest the bowl or draw a shot off here.
Almost looks. It looks like Heather might still be seeing a shot though.
And just to introduce us on commentary, we're back with Rebecca Kuhn, and I'm Derek Mackay. Heather with the final bowl of the end here. Looking to rest the ball, maybe push her own up, looking for two. Wrecked on her front bowl. I think it's just one, or possibly a measure, but we'll see. We'd like to also just thank the sponsors again for this event. I'll list off about 3 of them or so, 4 of them. Wallace Chevrolet, Centre Bowling Lanes, Mr. Beef, Peter's Stemmen, Streetville Bowl, and yeah, we'll do 5. Kings Gate Construction Limited. And Heather did have a shot there, so Saskatchewan's up 1-0 through the first end. Patrick's walking our way. Thank you.
One of the longer jacks of the night. Most of them seem pretty short.
Oh, okay. And we were in our fours game a couple rounds ago. We were playing a little shorter generally than this. Playing down this side, it has a hard time. As you see, the bowl's holding a little bit, but trying to finish near the tee here. Betty's husband, he also was playing singles and made it to the semifinals and dropped a game to Everett Zweers in Ontario A. So both husband and wife doing very well on the singles. So those catching that out of the corner of the screen, that was Peter Mutter for Ontario A and Pears playing Ontario B, looking to draw a shot. Looks like he went a little deep there. And Betty looks a little out wide for the with the straight side there. No, it's not going to come back.
Guess it with her other bowl.
Heather with dead weight, but she'll get a little bit of movement, and she's in there for a shot. Might be holding 2. Betty's trying, but it's going to slide by. Heather got it a little wide. I don't know if it's going to come back for her here.
Might wick.
Oh, she might get the... Yes, she is going to get the inside rub. Look at that. Holding 2 or 3 now.
Beautiful bowl.
In the men's game, we call it a fortunate bowl.
Well, in the juniors we call it a good bowl. So.
And Betty's slipping through. Speaking of juniors, or the youth, Rebecca, who's on commentary, had did very well at the youth this year. Won the silver in the U21 girls, and then the Forster Lang pairs, which they pair a male and a female bowler together to play pairs. She won gold with Jack Fowler, who's also from Ontario. So congratulations right there.
Thank you. Looks like you're putting a tape to it.
Yeah,
So
Jim Rose at the ready here if they need an umpire. And Rebecca would know Jim now because he was umpiring all week at the youth.
There were a lot of jack measures during that week.
I think 3. Yep, 3 for Saskatchewan. So Heather's up 4-0. Of all the people we can have on commentary here, we got like Jim loves to talk. Oh, he's walking away now. And we got a bunch of guys behind us who are great at giving their opinions on bowls too. But somehow I ended up here, and Rebecca with me.
I ended up here twice somehow. That's what this bowl does. Looks like it's coming in nicely.
Yep. A nice opening draw by Heather. Again, playing the straighter side. It's a little more true playing the direction they're playing now away from the home end. Playing towards the commentary box in the home end, it is a little, it's very tricky. Comes up a little short.
From what I've seen of number 5, the right side will come in a lot.
Yes, it is a big draw on the we'll call it the ditch side because it's not an outside rink. That's actually another talking point here. Typically, when they do TV for games, you end up having an outside rink because it's easier for the TV crew to film it. However, usually traditionally, not everywhere, but traditionally outside rinks have more quirks to them than inside rinks just because of people stepping on the greens at the ends when you're playing the opposite direction. Great shot over there on rink 2 in the men's triples final by Carter Watson. I think it's just for shot. I don't think they're holding any more than 1. But.
A nice bowl by Betty, because you might have cut down just 1.
Patrick says it's a measure down there.
Oh, well, that's even better. Heather going down to check out the head.
Yep, she's got permission. You can go down after your third bowl and your fourth bowl. She's going down after her second. You can ask the marker permission to do so. Here in a gold medal game, you're going to likely be granted permission unless you ask all the time. Though she's just talking with the marker. Might be asking, seeing if she can have permission. Patrick might not know that that's what the rule is.
Oh, they're calling out another umpire. This the second.
I don't know.
They are discussing something down there. I'm not sure what, but
I do think, I'm not sure about this, but I do think it's about coming down to the head after the second bowl, because you do have to, the marker has to grant you permission, and I don't know if Patrick said no and then she disagreed with that. She's going to look at the head regardless now, but again, you don't usually need to do that. I know
in her situation I can see why she'd want to check.
Fair. I would argue the shot doesn't really change much here. If you're Saskatchewan, it's a draw on the backhand, on the inside side. I don't see why you'd play anything else. You have balls that are in behind, or at least jack high. I mean, you're not. It's pretty hard to chip that black ball in. Yeah.
Maybe she thought it was in front of the jacks and you wanted to check quick. But that could have been answered with a question to the marker, so I'm not sure.
That is true. That's a good point, Rebecca. You can ask the marker questions like where ball situated. I can't ask for strategy, but you can ask questions of the marker, what's going on for. And she's playing the shot that I figured she'd play.
You just gotta be very direct with their questions, or else they won't answer them properly.
Correct.
A little bit short there.
Yeah, she's switching over to the wider side here. There is a result there. Is it going to push her on, or is she narrow?
Let's see what happens.
Ooh, nice ball.
Ooh, nice ball.
That'll be shot. Great ball by Betty there. Not an easy ball either, switching over to that hand. I did switch over to that hand.
Checking out the head,
Yeah.
see what's going on.
Well, we're waiting for them. We can mention some more sponsors here. We got Wheels Driver Training, Priest Law, a licensed limited partnership.
Horizon Technology, OB Gary Coulter, Milton's Machine Shop Ltd, Fish Burn Protector Ltd.
I'll try to get you an update what's going on in the other rinks. Ontario B is up. Might be up 5. I can't see the score. I think it's up 5-0 playing 3. They must have picked up a 4 the last end. I did not see that. I was paying too much attention to our rink. Also out here, just wondering, we have Saskatchewan playing Alberta A for men's triples. Men's triples. We have men's pairs, Ontario A versus Ontario B on rink 4, and on rink 3 we have women's 4s. And Heather's a little bit through, or she's in the ditch. I'm trying to play a little weight in the head to move something around.
I didn't intend that much weight.
Okay, so she's a little heavier than I anticipated.
Betty has one more bowl. We'll see what she does with it.
Same bowl would be a very good result. Not an easy bowl, but the same bowl would be a good result for her.
Let's see if she accidentally messes it up, because sometimes that does happen.
And just looking around the different rinks, we got, like I said, Quebec playing Nova Scotian women's 4s over there. It seems like Nova Scotia for the women is a regular in the fours final as a discipline. Jackie Foster and her sister Tammy playing back end. Oh, and Betty, yes.
Beautiful.
What a ball. Well, there's a reason I guess they're playing the Canadian Championship for singles. So that's 2 for Betty, and it'll be 4-2 for Heather playing the fourth. Got some more sponsors we can list off here.
Got Clark Insurance Inc., AJ Stone Company Limited, MyBox Mobile Storage, Expedia Cruises, and Ernie Domini 1342258 Ontario Ltd.
Just looking down the list of sponsors, we have Dave Defoe's sponsor. He's sitting, or was sitting behind us. I don't know where he is now. He is here somewhere. We got Fowler Solar, which is Brian Fowler, which is his family's right over there.
That's Brian Fowler's son, is the one I played with in the junior Forest Lane pairs.
Yeah, you probably had to carry him the whole time, eh? No, Jack's a good player. We're just joking around. But, yeah.
I say we played about evenly. We both bowled really well.
Well, that's good.
They're measuring out to see who's got...
No video evidence of the bowls. Oh yes, there is. You guys, your Forester Link pairs was filmed the final, right?
It was filmed,
so
there is video proof of me playing well.
I'll have to go watch it. I know it exists. I have not watched it though. I did watch the last couple last bowls. I was just curious how the game finished. I did watch that the other day on Facebook, but I did not actually watch the whole game.
The Shayla Fowler game is on Facebook, I believe, in case any of you were curious about how that went.
What Facebook page would that be found at?
I believe...
Oh, Ontario Lawn Bowling Discussion Group was one place I think it was posted.
I believe so.
Yeah. Did we get confirmation of the count here? Ooh, 3.
3 for...
Manitoba.
Which side is that?
Manitoba.
Manitoba.
And that puts Betty within 1. So just looking at the bowls they play. So Heather plays Taylor Aces, which is a pretty standard bowl for a lot of players in Ontario. And Betty plays Drake's Pride Professional Plus. I actually am not as familiar with that. I was told they're a little wider than a professional, meaning they're probably close to what I play, which is a classic TRL. Unless they're a little wider even than that, and they're closer to it to an ace. She does look like she's getting a pretty traditional draw, maybe a tad narrower. So yeah, they're probably not too much narrower than an ace. Heather's coming down here, hanging out a little bit. She's overweighted, that's why. Probably, I don't know, 7 feet through. This is a pretty good line for Betty. Picking up the jack. Oh, what a bowl.
Beautiful
right
bowl
on
by Betty.
So yeah, your shot's pretty much you're trying to loosen it up on the forehand, or you're going to draw. She's going to draw backhand. You could rest the bowl off. Very difficult shot, but you could do that. You do need to make sure you're driving, because a short bowl now is very useless. And for those who are not as familiar with lawn bowls, it's unlike curling. Usually, a short bowl is not very useful, and this is coming up a little short.
Only time a short bowl would be useful is if your partner was very good at knocking up your bowls, then in like triples.
Yeah.
And even then, it's better to have back bowls where they can knock jack back to your bowls.
Correct. Betty coming up short as well. Now, it swings pretty good on that ditch side, so Heather can still make a draw, though be getting trickier to get that bull off the jack without playing a little weight at it to loosen it up. She does have best back. It would be, I mean, there'd be lots of room to draw probably if you hit it hard enough. And this is not going to be helpful, other than maybe framing it up. No, not even that. Yeah. See where Betty puts this. To me, you play this pretty deep, or you're playing it just in behind. This is where she's going to, just in behind and counting.
What bowl do you think that Heather should do here, Derek?
Last bowl, I'm playing weight through the port there to hit the jack back and maybe get one. If their bowl spills back, you give up one. It's better than being down two. You are now. That's in the women's game. It's usually more of a draw game. She looks like she's going to try to draw this off. I would be playing straight through with big weight. Nope, she's just drawing here. Maybe looking to cut down to one. She's close too. Oh, she's close.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Beautiful bowl, bad result. Wasn't even a bad result. I think that she got it down to maybe one or two.
Yeah, it was two before. It might still be two, but it might have been cut down. It was good, very good attempt. Yeah, that's where this is being a little stereotypical, but this is where the men's game and women's game a little different. Men would be probably firing at that, trying to hit the jack back.
I personally would be hitting it back, and I probably would succeed in hitting it back.
Yes, I have seen you play weight.
There's also another thing that juniors like to do. We like to throw with weight because it's a lot more fun to hit, swing, and knock everything out of the way than it is to draw in.
It was still two for Betty, so Betty actually takes the lead here. Puts one end to play. 5-4. 5-4. Going back to playing weight, it's. I actually was surprised. So I convened the provincial youth championships in Kingston, which Rebecca did play in back in July, and I have to admit I was more surprised how many juniors actually did not resort to firing weight shots all the time, and they were actually pretty good draw bowlers, and they'd do that. Obviously singles is a little different than playing team games where there's more bowls in play. Singles, the targets are not always as good for throwing weighted shots, but yeah.
Many of us can throw weighted shots. It's just much more risky to throw weighted shots than it is to draw into the jack. Like all of our coaches tell us, draw into the jack, draw into the jack. Do not try to do a weighted shot because you're going to miss.
Well, and you got to, in singles especially, you can't start wasting bowls. Maybe on your last to pick a bowl or pick the jack, but you can't be throwing too early or you're going to get yourself in big trouble because you're not going to have any bowls on the green or remotely close to the head. So anyways, Heather's coming down. I think that's going to hang out a little bit. Yeah, so Betty's holding one still. We've each got 3 bowls left for this set. So Heather needs to pick up a 1 to tie the set or a 2 to win. Otherwise, Betty just needs to find a way to score or have an even end, which is a rare occurrence where equidistant bowls occurs. In
that case, do either both teams get 1 point or both teams get no points?
No, both teams. It's a no shot and nobody gets any points.
Depends on what you're playing, what kind of game you're playing.
At a provincial and national championship, there's no points. In some local tournaments, they'll just play 1 point each. That's a mistake. You got to be arriving there.
She might be able to promote her bowl.
She can promote her bowl. She can play the other hand, which actually probably would be the more percentage shot at this point. Betty ever tucks this underneath, though. Oh, that's a good home. That's a really good home.
Nice bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the umpires keeping an eye on us here, make sure we're doing everything on the up and up. Speaking of promoting,
look
at this.
And catching the jack. Beautiful bowl.
So, this is, Betty's going to probably switch hands, I'm guessing. And you're just looking to rest the bowl. That's going to be narrow on this rink. So Heather has a draw for the set. She's holding one. She's got the set tie. She needs to draw. Ooh, she's gonna play across the head. Can't really give it away here. A little bit. Got to slide inside that top bowl of Betty's. No, she's not far off. A little. Ooh, if you ever shaved that jack. So we got a tied first set here. 5-5.
Whoever wins the next set wins the game.
Yeah, well, yes, and we can have another tie. So during this week when I played 14 rounds, we had one time where we tied both sets, so then you go to a tie break as well. But yes, tied sets are actually not as common as you would think.
I think it only happened once during junior nationals.
All right, you want to list off some of our great sponsors to help this week go?
Linda Miller, 1464646 Ontario Inc., OA Dairy Pharmacy. Stephen Hamilton, the Benefits Trust, Mobile SO, and Dr. S. Sapra Medicine Professional Corporation. Thank you so much for funding our event. We really appreciate it. Well, they're doing 1 to the T now.
All right, Heather is going to lead us off. So when you have a tied set, usually it's the person or the team who wins the first set who gets to roll the jack for the start of the second set. If it is a tied set, it's the last person who scored. So this was Heather, and Heather is a little heavy and in the ditch. As I call that a souvenir.
I don't think anyone calls it a souvenir.
Yeah, well, it's not a good term. It means it's an out one, not in play, and for the.
I really don't know anyone calls it a souvenir. We always call it a ditcher.
Granted, I'd almost rather see a teammate put one in the ditch like that than be 6 feet short. Peter. Looking over at rink 4, Peter Mutter just missed, I don't know if he was trying to come in soft weight or draw, but he went through a little bit through the head. Looks like I think that's the end of their fifth set, which Ontario B picked that up. I know they were up comfortably in the set, so playing set 2 now over there, and just like this one, starting set. Oh no, sorry, I keep forgetting how many ends we got here. Singles, we're not done the first set. You gotta tell me these things, back.
Nice bowl by Betty.
So I was talking about tied sets. We still have 2 ends. I'm thinking I've been playing team events all week. It's 5 ends. The singles have 7, so.
7 end set.
Yeah.
2 7-end sets. It used to be 21 points, but they changed it.
Oh, there's a good ball by Heather. Just past Jack
Nice
high,
ball.
holding one. I don't know if Betty's coming back from there. Trying. Look at this.
No.
There, look at that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like it looks like this rink. We didn't play a jack this deep, so when I was playing earlier today, so it does come back. We were having issues with bowls hanging out on that hand, but by the time it gets back to the tee, it will come by the looks of it. Heather is close if she's going to get the same kind of movement.
Oh.
I'm going to slide through that hole. Yes.
Oh.
So Betty's holding one still. So both Manitoba and Saskatchewan don't have a lot of clubs, but they do have some very good bowlers for the amount of clubs they have compared to in Ontario where there's over 100 clubs.
They also have more funding for each club. They only have like 3 or 4 clubs, but they're very well funded and they're very nice greens.
Nice draw by Betty for set 2.
Nice bowl.
Yeah. So 2 for her, and so now she is up 2 playing the 7th and final end.
7-5 for Betty. First end.
Yep. Sorry, 7th time they're playing here now. Yep. Well, that's a dangerous. It's going to stay in. We did have actually in our game. Ooh, it's. Well, I said I might have spoke too early.
Oh, it might be out.
It's. I think it's still in, but it's close.
They're gonna check.
I think it's still in.
When in doubt, check.
Ooh, we might have to get. You might see a line. You might see a line call. The locals burning some rubber around here. If you haven't caught that on your on the mic or not.
That was really loud in the headset.
We are near. If you aren't aware of, know much about Milton here, we are like pretty much a block from downtown. So it is very busy around the club, even though it's getting into a more residential neighborhood. It is very close to downtown.
We're going to do a jack measure to see if it's still in.
Yeah, so what you'll see is a string go down the green here on the line, up to one umpire at each end, and then they'll check to see if it... Tom's looking for another umpire, but they're busy doing a different kind of jack measure to see if it's long enough in the women's triples game. Women's fours game, over on rink 3. And, ooh, it's close. It's good, though. Jim Rose says it's good. And now Tom can get his brother Jim, yes, they are brothers, to...
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. See, I got factoids about other people, too. So Jim and Tom, they're both retired now, but they were in the grocery business together. They used to own a couple Nectals and... Nectal stores. Tom ran the one in Dresden, Ontario, and Jim ran one in Brights Grove, which is like a suburb of Sarnia.
While we're waiting for the measure of the jack, do you want to mention a few more sponsors?
Sure. You want us to do that for us, Rebecca?
Sure. Ontario Dock Service Ltd, Easy Dock, Downtown Milton Business Improvement Area, Venby Birkdale Place, Neutrino Tunneling and Construction Inc., Hemi's Lodge, Robert Piley Insurance Agency.
And Donald's Painting and other stuff, and the one and only Dave Defoe. If you don't know Dave Defoe, he's a pretty good bowler. He actually is. They have come out earlier this year with world rankings for men's and women's players, and Dave was actually the third highest ranked men's player in Canada, well, Canadian player. Sorry, Ryan Bester, he's a Canadian player, but he's based out of Australia. And then you have Pat Bird, who's actually playing triples right now, leading for the Alberta A team over on rink 2. And
it seems like they decided the jack is long enough.
Yeah, Jack was okay, and Betty draws another one.
Beautiful bowl.
So yeah, this world rankings that they came out with this year, World Bowls, it took into account a lot of events, including it takes into consideration the Canadian Championships here. It was an interesting thing because we've never really had a world ranking system before. So obviously there was some talk about who was doing well or who did what, and also originally they put out a list and it had any kind of ranking points. They had the list for the men at least to like 1,610, and so. We were getting a laugh at some people who were lower down on the... Betty made a nice draw on the rankings.
You are so nice.
Speaking of Ryan Bester, who is won the World Championship gold medal last year for in singles. Men's singles. His brother Mike is actually playing over on rink 4 for Ontario B in the pairs game there. So lots of family and other connections in bowls. Again, I had talked about earlier with Betty and her husband. And Betty's drawing another one, huh? She's close. Don't think that's biting the count. Either way, Heather's got to draw it up. Heather looks like she's arriving. I'm gonna chip her own. Yes, she does for sure.
Beautiful bowl.
What do you think they'll look for us to do this professionally there in the future, Rebecca? And we'll just be able to, I was going to say quit your job, but you're still in school.
You could probably get a summer job next year, so
Yeah, there you go.
that's something.
I got to go back to work I had a week off this week. I got to go back to work on Monday. Actually, my manager was actually talking about possibly coming down to watch today, but ended up her son got sick, so she didn't come. But anyways.
Stuff that counts, I guess.
Side topic. Anyways, here comes
Heather.
Heather down, looking to draw. If she's got the right weight, she's close.
No. Just short.
And Betty will pick up the first set, 7-6. So it's 7-6 for Manitoba. And we're going to moving on to set number 2. And Rebecca will read you some more sponsors.
We've got Leslie Emergency Vehicles LTD, Ford Milton Lincoln, Brown Social House, Fowler Solar, Guarantee Green, Terry Riley Mechanical Inc., 3KO Entertainment Inc., and Robert Pye Lee Insurance OBA 1435296 Ontario.
Now, we got a little bit of a trivia for you. And so who is behind 3KO Entertainment Incorporated?
Not a clue.
Do you know okay, I'll give you a hint. Do you know the former World Bowls board member who is from Ontario?
Isn't there like a whole bunch of them?
World Bowls, a board member. So there's only one that's in all the Americas, North and South America. There's only one. He recently stepped down from the World Bowls board, but he was on the board. Ian Howard.
Oh, Ian.
Yes.
Wait, I know him, but like he was on the World
Bowls board, yes.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
I just talked to him earlier.
Look at that. You learn something every day. Local celebrity.
I literally had no idea. Okay. Like I bowled with him in a lot of like different tournaments.
There you go. You didn't even know who you were bowling with.
Apparently not.
So Ian, his background at 3KO Entertainment is in the music industry. That's actually what he was involved in most of his professional career. Nope.
Oh. A little bit narrow. Nice weight though.
So yeah, it looks like Betty's still holding one here in the first set of the second set. Still says end 8 on your screens, but it is end 1 of the second set. The score has been cleared, so that is correct.
Well, technically it is end 8. It's just end 1 in set 2, but it is end 8. This is the 8th end.
I would say it's going to be a long day, but we're already in the second set, so things are good. Oh, here's a good draw by Heather. Look, you gonna pick it up? Oh, what a bowl!
Oh, beautiful bowl. Good job, Heather.
It's always funny comments when you play against other. I'm sure Rebecca knows this too. You play against certain people and they have certain catchphrases. There's a gentleman here in Ontario who bowls near. He's from Campbellford, I believe, so near Belleville. And Rick Bernard. Oh, look at this bowl! What a bowl by! What a bowl by Betty!
Oh my gosh, that was a good bowl. They're marking it.
If my front end was playing like that, we wouldn't even have to play a tiebreaker. Murray is not quite within earshot of that comment, so.
Yeah, lots of bowlers have catchphrases. I think everyone thinks mine is like, come in, please.
Yeah, no. I was getting back to my story. So Rick Bernard is the gentleman's name from Campbellford, and he says that whenever he says, "That's my bowler." I also think a unique one is, I don't know, do you know Andrea Hampton from Toronto?
I might by sight.
Anyways, Andrea's I've bowled with her once, and her catchphrase, catchphrase is "good work." Then she gets a little clap going. So everyone's got their own little thing. So Heather went chasing with weight. She did list in her. Nope, that's her. Right, that's Betty.
At least that is my understanding anyway.
I was gonna say she did list in her thing that her drive was her weakness, but that was Betty in her player profile. Betty hasn't needed to do much driving. She's been doing some great draws.
I like how in Betty's description of other things she does other than lawn bowl is lawn bowl.
So the other thing is, which some of the viewers might not know, is this singles match here. So most things like this, obviously for a Canadian championship, but the singles have the added context that the winner actually gets to go represent Canada at Champion of Champions, which is usually held in Australia. It is being held in New Zealand this year for last year's winners. Actually, Pat Bird, speaking of last year's winners, Pat Bird for the men is playing, like I said, over on rink 2, leading for triples, and Claire Day from Alberta was the women's winner last year. So
this year it'd be Owen Kirby and whoever wins this match.
Correct. Owen won the last match that you were commentating that, right?
Yes, I did.
Against Everett. So and of course, me being a little biased, it would have been nice to see Everett pick that up as my teammate for the 5-man team. I bowled with Everett a lot, and Everett it would have been a great. Everett's 74 years old. It would have been great to see somebody like that to show how this game can be almost any age and be a very good player.
I was personally biased towards Owen because he was also in the junior circuit like 2 years ago. He just aged out.
Yeah.
A year ago and came to the adult nationals, as we juniors call it.
Yeah.
Because our nationals is nationals and this one's the adult nationals. But he came to play in the adult nationals and won for singles. So.
Well, Heather's not arriving, I don't think. Yeah, you need to arrive there.
A little light.
So I think it's one. Yeah, it'll be one for Betty to start the second set here. First end. Again, Rebecca will read off some of our sponsors.
Why don't you rep the sponsors for once? Go ahead.
All right. We got Acclaim Health, Real Canadian Superstore, Bob's Auto Service, Stryboss, Byron King Limited, Touch Up Auto Body, Air Transport Association of Canada, Orange Snail Brewery, and Done Right Roofing. Done Right Roofing, better than not Done Right Roofing.
Good job.
I don't want to give certain stores here extra bonus sponsor mention when they're not a sponsor, but I like to joke with my brother that you got to have some opposite stores. Like Winners, you got to open up a store right beside it called Losers, and people would go there just for the novelty of the name. Oh, over on rink 2, what a drop by Owen around Everett's front bowl. It looks like it's a close game over on the second set there.
I can't read the scoreboard because
it's backwards.
It's facing towards the players.
I'm getting used to figuring out by looking at the back of the numbers what scores are this week.
I believe.
Anyways, Betty about to throw her opener here for the second end. And that might be a little much grass for that hand. Yeah, I'm not going to come in from there. We're about a little past Jack High, though. Better than being short. One thing I noticed last night, and we're now under the lights here because it's getting dark, as you can probably tell on your screens, very good lights here. They've recently did replace their lights, and it actually lights up the green very appropriately. It's not too dark out there for the players. There's a good view right there on your screens. Great job. Yep, that'll be shot.
So Derek, you were also playing in this event.
Yep.
How did you do?
How did I do? Well, so men's fours, we were just kind of talking about a little bit of that. So I lost or my team, I shouldn't say me, our team lost in a tie break in the gold medal game. Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
So Marie, our lead, put one right on the great first opening bowl, right near the, like almost right on the jack, and then it got chipped around so it was right on the jack.
Oh, beautiful bowl.
Yeah, great bowl by Betty there.
Betty.
Yeah, getting back to that, yes. So we were just trying to play position because Alberta had one in behind, and any kind of tap-on shot ball would have pushed it to them. So we just tried to play just in behind and then also near the ditch, so we had things covered. On Greg Wilson, who's the skip for Alberta, on his first ball, actually somehow chopped the... Let's look at this ball coming in here. Oh, just on the outside. Chipped Murray's bowl off the jack to sit, well, 2. So on my, I play skip, so on my second ball, I played position ball, first ball. Second, I had last ball. Second skip ball.
Kind of they're turning that bowl over there.
Yeah, that was a weighted shot by Tammy Foster Vino, and I don't know if she put it in the ditch or what she did.
Those are always exciting when you actually
make them. Because this is where I was getting to with my story, because I just missed on my attempt to take the ball, shot ball out and kill the jack in the in our fours final. Actually played a really good ball, just missed it by about half inch on the outside of the jack.
I know, I saw that. It was very disappointing.
Yeah, life happens. So, anyways, silver medalist.
That's still very impressive.
Yes, and then men's...
You can be a silver medalist with me. We're both silver medalists now. Let's see what Heather's going to do here.
So men's triples I also played this weekend. We finished 4th, so you had to finish top 3 to get into semis and gold medal game, so we were not successful at that. Yeah. Anyways, Heather looking, she's down 1, I believe, in the head, so looking to draw a shot or push the ball through to maybe sit 2. Yeah, she's playing weight. It does move, but not that much with that kind of weight.
So is your team playing men's pairs right now?
Yes.
On the next rank over?
Yes. So Peter, who played second for our fours team, is skipping with Everett, who you just commentated on last round.
Yeah.
So
is Owen on your team?
No, Owen is on the Ontario B team. Ontario A. So yeah, you can't tell with their shirts on who it is. We did talk about possibly pulling out because we all have, except Peter, have an old Ontario shirt, but we didn't do that.
Well, the old Ontario shirts were not very good for women. I had one in 2022. It was very boxy and didn't fit me properly, so I had to tie it off with a hair elastic.
Yes.
Good thing there's not too many of those photos floating around because it was kind of embarrassing looking.
What was I going to say with those shirts? Yeah, so some of the larger, we'll say, gentlemen who wore those shirts used to. There's somebody, I'm not going to mention names on air, but called them the Cobra shirts because they had the seams in them that cut across your body. If they were loose on you, they wouldn't have probably noticed that. But
yeah, it's like down here for me.
Yeah, they had an interesting seam to them that would cut across your gut. So, yeah, some of the little bit larger gentlemen did not like them too much.
And they also weren't that good of a material. They would hold in all of like the sweat, and it's like a heat tent when you tied off the bottom because it didn't fit you. It like held in all the heat, and it was really gross. I didn't like those shirts. I'm really glad I have my new Ontario shirt like yours that actually fits me properly.
Yeah, I wonder who was responsible for getting you your first Ontario shirts.
I'm not sure because I didn't play, so I.
Yeah, but did you get them at the youth from youth last year in Woodstock?
I think so.
Yeah, and who was convening that?
I think it was you.
Yeah, so it was me convening that. That's why I remember.
I did get my jacket though. My jacket.
That's right, because the jackets were different size and they wouldn't have fit you. Yeah.
I needed to get. Finally got my Ontario jacket this year. I need to get an extra small. It didn't fit me properly.
Yes,
The smile was like huge on me.
Getting a little into the weeds. Yeah, so the Ontario shirts fit very normally, I would say, for size, but the jackets, for whatever reason, fit about 2 sizes smaller.
If you're an extra large, you need like a medium.
Yes, so that's a perfect example for me. I wear extra large shirt and my jacket is a medium, and it's still quite a little on the bigger side.
At least everyone can tell instantly if that jacket is mine, 'cause like extra small. That has to be Rebecca's jacket, obviously, because no other junior or adult has an extra small jacket.
Well, anyways, back to our game here. Oh, we're coming in. Look at this trail.
Oh, beautiful bowl.
Betty is playing extremely well at this point. Like, she has been drawn off the jack pretty much every end. And if usually Heather's been scoring, it's because she's played last bowl or played some really good shot as well. We haven't had too many loose heads here. So, shot is probably on the on the backhand here, looking to just come across, rest the bowl, maybe get a touch of the jack over. Looks like she was playing forehand though. I don't know what the result is other than maybe loosening the head up, but. She'll need to actually get shot. She cannot. I don't believe she can get shot on this hand. This would be just to loosen up or set something up. She has the tee now. However, it's going to take significant weight to kill that jack. And
she had to come in really, really heavy.
Now Betty's bowl just fell over. I don't know if that changes anything in the head.
I think that Betty is still sitting too,
yeah,
from the looks of it.
Yes, I think so too. That's not really doing much there. I think Heather needs to attack this.
But if Heather is going to attack, she needs to come with a ton of weight, like straight at the jack.
Yeah, well, it's a bit risky for her if she's down 2. She's only going to pick out 1 bowl.
Where she can maybe somehow knock that bowl into the jack and then knock the jack out of bounds, but that's very unlikely.
She'll have to play significant weight. She's either got to play, and I don't know if she can get that thick enough on the forehand with that weight. And the backhand will swing, and it might go dead. And actually, if it doesn't, she might still chip the jack over to get 1. That's probably the play: is play weight on the backhand. You could play weight on the forehand, but I don't know if the result you're not gonna get. You could actually end up spilling things and giving up a couple, which I guess she's already down 2, so I don't think it'll get worse. Let's see what she plays.
Sometimes you gotta play risky if you wanna gain anything.
Yeah. It sounds good until you give up a 6 picking out 1 ball, but that's another story.
I've done that before.
I've done that before as well.
I've knocked out our 1 point and then had like down 8 or something.
Ooh, I've done that against Peter.
Wait, no.
Here we go. She is playing.
I think it was 5.
She's playing weight in the swingy side, and she's close. It's gonna cut across the head.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that's a good attempt though.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been to kill the jack, but that would have moved the bull and possibly the jack for 1. Which is all she would have got if she killed it anyway. So.
Yeah.
With that ball falling over, it does look like it's a look for 2. I think the men's pairs game is coming home in their last end. I don't know what the score is. Maybe somebody can give me an update. So it looks like it's 6-2 for Ontario B playing the last end. Now, Ontario A needs to win the set, so they will have to score at least a 5 in this final end. Do we get just 1? It ended up being just 1 for Betty. So Betty is up. Did she score 1 or 2 in the first end? I don't remember. I think she got 2.
It's on our screen, our very helpful screen over here.
So 3-0 for Manitoba in this set. Betty won the first set too, so she's not in bad shape here. Well, we got a jack measure for the appropriate length over on rink 4. It is long enough. Again, the brother combo of Tom and Jim doing that.
Nice bowl by Betty.
Yep, good opener. She's playing well.
Yeah.
And yes, you can get yourself out of trouble in the singles if you have those weighted shots sometimes. But if you're not going to win a singles, well, Canadian for sure, but a bunch of singles games in a row if you can't draw, and she's drawing very, very well.
Yeah. Do we meanwhile list some of our sponsors while we're waiting?
We could. We've got, we did Done Right Roofing already. We went over that. Bob Baton's Carpentry, Robert Baton, Faye Ellingson, Gunter Linder Lift Driver, Brooks Heating and Air Conditioning, and Milton Ford Lincoln Incorporated. Milton Ford Lincoln, actually, you will see that on your screen right now. They've got the tent, I don't know what I call them, the tents or the covers at the other end of the rink. Nice draw by Heather. And Petty moves the front ball, but it is not in the count, still down 1. Everett and Peter are chasing. He might have the jack. There we go. On the other rink, Everett and Peter holding 2. They need a 5 to keep that game going and go to a tie break. Back on this rink. No, oh, look at that.
Nice ball.
Nice ball by Heather. Yes. Betty coming in through the, I think, trying to promote. Oh, yes, she did.
Yes, now she's sitting 1, looks like.
A little fortunate, but she had the right weight. She was a little narrow and got a result.
That's what happened in the game with me and Kiera.
Yeah, she gives us a look like, things happen. But when things are going right, sometimes they're going right.
Over in James Garden, the game with me and Kiera. We're on a tiebreaker. And she came in, and she came a little bit narrow, and she whipped off a bowl and knocked another bowl in.
So
it was an amazing shot.
Well, we'll talk about that. So I was talking to Eric Gallipo, who is the team coach for Ontario at the juniors. He plays a lot of the provincial stuff that I've played against him many times over the last few years. So Eric and I were talking about how well you actually played in the event, and that you should have probably won that game. And it was just because of Kira getting very fortunate. As I said, you actually outplayed her, so it's a nice compliment.
I think we both played about equally. She won a set, I won a set, and then she got really lucky at the end of the
Peter's chasing her. He's got to make a shot here. He's not far off. Well, now it's going to be a little bit tricky to get 5.
So it's going on our own rink.
So,
so close. She almost knocked out Betty's bowl. Got a little tongue-tied there.
All right. And I think that's it over on rink. Yep, that's it over on rink 4. Ontario B, Owen Kirby and Mike Bester, your gold medalists and Canadian champions. So Betty picked up another 1, so she'd be up 4-0. And they'd be playing the 5th set here.
5th set, 5th end.
Sorry.
5th and 2nd set.
Yes, it's been I should say it's not really been that long of a day, but anyways, yes, 5th end. Thank you, Rebecca. We'll keep you around. So, for those who are interested in Ontario results, 3 for Ontario A, they picked up 3 silvers. Ontario B picked up 2 golds and a bronze. So yeah, for the men, that's just the men. The women, there was just a bronze medal, or 2 bronze medals, I believe.
And the juniors got a couple of medals for Ontario as well.
Yeah.
I think that 3 of the...
Oh, another Drace. Betty come a little short, but is the shot ball. Going back to that, yes, the juniors.
I think 4 of the boys, I think 3 of the 4 boys who went to nationals got a medal. I think it was all Ontario boys that scored. I got a silver medal for Ontario.
Yep.
And then me and Jack got one for Fort Delang.
Yeah. So, yes, so actually the Ontario boys went 1 gold, silver. There was only 3 of them. They went in the singles, and they went gold, silver, bronze. Not quite in the same order they did at provincials. There was a flip-flop of silver and bronze. Jack Fowler won gold at provincials. He also won gold at Canadians, and then Caden Carter was silver at yeah, Caden Carter, sorry, was... Oh, and Betty's going to not do any harm with that bowl. Heather coming up a little short there. That might be shot. Nah, I think it's still probably Betty. But it's
not sure.
All right, so Betty inspecting the head here. The way Betty's been drawing, just needs to draw one. Looks like she probably is investigating whether she just should try backhand or just keep playing forehand. Should be okay on either side. Obviously, she doesn't want to push Heather in, but I wouldn't be too concerned. Rather, play confident. She is playing forehand. Oh, yeah, she got it out there too wide. That's an unforgiving side if you're out there too much.
Yeah.
It might be worth. I know it's the 5th end, but you're down 4-0. You need to win the set. There is a shot where you might be able to get a 4 out of this. You'd have to play into your own bowl, which is locked. Looks like it's locked on to Betty's shot bowl. If it is shot, then you could stick around for 4. It is a difficult shot. I don't know if she's probably playing that. Playing forehand, maybe just looking for a little trail. So I would play backhand at that shot if I was. It's tricky across the head, but. Oh, she is playing weight. She might be looking for that. No, she's going to turn. Does she have anything? No.
Oh, so close.
She was, I believe she was trying to play that shot just on the forehand, which was a trickier shot because she had to just skinny by Betty's short ball there. On the TV screen, yeah, that's a difficult shot. She just has to feather. She would have had to just feather Betty's ball. I would have played that backhand, though it does swing and it would have been across the head. It would have been a tricky shot as well, but there's more results there on the backhand. But kudos to her for actually seeing that. A lot of people wouldn't have seen that shot.
Gonna measure for first?
Yeah, it's measured for shot. Obviously, I said the men's pairs is over. It looks like women's fours is playing, I think, the fourth end of their second set. I cannot see the score. Men's triples is also out there. They're probably coming home in their game. I still have look at my watch. I still have my timer on for the game I just played. It was now over 3 hours.
Why is it time for the game?
Yeah, no. So they didn't use. So in 2019, when my team won Canadian fours, they did not have time limits on medal games. Our gold medal game, which was actually against Ontario, we were Ontario A, Ontario B. Steve McKierhan, who's standing right behind me talking to Daryl Fitzgerald. We played his team, and it was a 3-hour game. Now we were playing 16 ends back then, but
16
ends, fours.
Oh.
It's going to keep shifting to where that jack throw. It's going to stay in. But Patrick's on it's in. Yeah. Heather indicates it's in. Speaking of great commentators, we got the one and only Brian Fowler off to my right. It's actually a great setting to have the lights, like finishing these games under the lights, because the lights are actually really good here, and it's a great night. It's not too hot, not too cool. Again, Betty had a great opener and setting herself up. Given the score, she just needs to make sure she's beyond jack high, covering off Heather's bowl. Coming up a little short.
Do you want to lift up some more of our sponsors?
We can.
Our main sponsors.
We got Mr. Lube, Aimco Solarac Limited, Southview Dental, Ken Armstrong Insurance and Financial Services, McFall and Company, Sotheby's International Realty, Aspira Martindale, Hull and Hull LLP, Kathy Rowe, Necora Insurance Brokers, which is Ken Armstrong's, and who's the chair where he works for his insurance company. Dr. L. Pappas, Southview Dental, DMD. Marshall Powers Financial Services, and Harvest Goodies, Fraser Beverage, and Wheelbarrow. Looks like the three companies there are split on one.
Thank you so much for funding our event. We really appreciate all of our sponsors for making this event possible.
I got here as soon as I looked at the schedule and said, right, it's 5:30.
I always look at when these events, you always got like people, you got stories around all the time. Like I said, now we got the one and only Bob Bester behind us, father of earlier we mentioned Ryan Bester.
I didn't know he was here.
Yeah, no, Bob.
Oh, wow.
Actually, one of my first big singles wins was over Bob at the 2017 provincials. I had an interesting pool. I had.
Come on in. Beautiful bowl by Betty.
Yeah, Betty has just been consistent.
She's been on fire today.
So Heather really she has to score. the game. Actually, she has to score 2.
It's 2 that she need.
Yeah.
6.
Oh, she's close. She got it?
Oh.
Yes, she does. Oh, but she took her own.
Oh,
That's
what happened?
That's it.
That was a beautiful bone.
Because she would need to win the set, so she would need to score at least. She cannot be down by more than 3, and she's about to be down 6. So I believe this is your game, folks. We'll see if they shake hands when they get down there. Yeah, that's it. So Betty Van Wellingham, your 2024 Canadian women's singles champion. And she gets to go to play at Champion of Champions representing Canada. Yeah, that was yeah, and again, just we're gonna wrap her up here tonight. But yeah, a great game there. Betty just basically drew Heather to hit death, and Heather was 7-0 coming into this. She went perfect to the round robin. So yeah, great game.
And thank you for watching.
And thank you for watching. And your credits are going across the screen now. Have a good night, everybody. Signing off here from Milton Lawn Bowling Club.